What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with 13.5 weeks out physique update from Regan Grimes. 1 month post show and he's looking very nice and full while maintaining a decent body composition. Well, if Regan can keep his quads full and add more volume there, it's gonna be a crazy look for him at this year's Mr. Olympia. His upper body's roundness and the width, that is already very impressive. Just imagine him having bigger quads, more of that outer quad sweep in that front double biceps and the front lat spread. That will make up for a great overall X-frame and an even better V-taper. Now when he turns around, the backside that is already pretty damn good, as both of the back shots of Regan, they are easily among the top 5 best backs in the men's open bodybuilding at the moment. So the physique that Regan brought at this year's Cali Pro, the show that he won and secured his Olympia spot, that was easily his all-time best. And that too in terms of everything, the size, the conditioning, the fullness, everything was there. But the question is, did he fulfill his true potential? Was he 100% on that show? Well, I'm gonna say no, not even close, because if that was the case, he would not have switched coaches one more time, and he would have continued to prep with Stefan as his coach, at least up until the Olympia this year. But all that being said, the fact that Regan is still so young, that gives him a massive advantage, especially if he keeps on getting better and better with every passing week. He can be one of the most dangerous guy in the men's open in the upcoming years. I mean, the guy is gonna be 36, 5 years from now, and by that time, Samson Dauda, Andrew Jagged, maybe even Hadi Chopin, they would be retired. So top 6 at this year's Mr. Olympia, that is the goal. But that is something which is being deemed very unrealistic by the fans, the experts, everybody out there. And that is based on the physique that we saw from Regan earlier this year in all the 3 shows that he did. So Regan was top 9 at his last Olympia appearance, and that was back in 2023. Now I personally think if he can replicate that same placing this year too, that will be a great accomplishment. Considering this year's lineup, that is gonna be a much more deeper one, because there are so many guys in there who won there back in 2023. But let me know what you guys think. How high can Regan place at this year's Mr. Olympia? Next up, we have an update from Wilkin. So this is the point where he starts his Olympia prep, roughly 13.5 weeks out. And for those of you guys who do not know, this is gonna be his Olympia debut. But that being said, not Brett's first time prepping for Mr. Olympia, as he did qualify back in 2023, and he got pretty damn massive that year. But some of the health concerns, some complications forced him to skip the Olympia that year, and that too when he was about 6 weeks out. And that was a very hard pill to swallow. But that being said, this is by far the best Brett has ever looked, and that huge. I'm gonna say by quite some margin. Now he isn't the biggest or the widest guy, but the man looks very impressive in the lower half. His quads never had those big sweeps, but this right here, that makes up for that superb X-frame. And great aesthetics overall. So one big advantage, and the edge that Brett is gonna have over all the competition, is his ability to get bone dry and come in absolutely shredded to the bone. Because out of all the shows that he has entered since turning pro, the Arnold Ohio back in 2022 was the only one where he missed his mark. Because that year he played the size game, but that just did not go in their favor. Now he was absolutely shredded last year when he won the Legion Sports, but he lost too much size, too much tissue towards the end of that prep. He lost so much pop and fullness while chasing size. So this is gonna be Brett's first prep with Stefan as his coach. So they have to work something out to keep most of that hard-earned muscle while darting down, while getting ripped.
I believe in myself from this point on right now. I can compete with you guys. I can compete with the best. I can beat Ryan Terry. I can beat Brandon Hendrickson. I can beat Aaron Banks.
Next up, we have 13.5 weeks out physique update from 4 times men's physique champion, Jeremy Bunda. So Jeremy is now back to have one final go at the men's physique Olympia title. And as expected, the trash talk, that is also back in the men's physique division. But first of all, let me ask you guys something. This one particular question as Jeremy keeps on repeating this statement that he would have won his 5th men's physique Olympia title back in 2023 when he initially made his comeback after a gap of 5 years if he did not mess up the peak week. What do you guys think of that? And he recently made a statement that he still has what it takes to beat the likes of Aaron Banks, Ryan Terry, Brandon Hendrickson, and Ali Bilal. But the fact is, on the flip side, all those guys, they do not even consider him a threat to the men's physique title anymore. And Aaron Banks does have a point. Jeremy won those men's physique titles many years back. The division has grown a lot since that time. He doesn't have the best back in the business anymore. He doesn't have the best midsection. I am pretty sure he doesn't even belong in the top 6 when it comes to the core development. So where will Jeremy beat all those guys? In what department? Now I know the 4 men's physique Olympia titles. They make him the best athlete this division has ever seen. But just like classic physique division evolved so much, and you would not expect that the guys from back in 2017 or even 2018 to come back and fight for the title now. The same thing goes for men's physique division. Jeremy just took way too long, way too much time off to make his comeback, while all these other guys, they were grinding, they had their foot on the gas.
It's a matter of doing everything that needs to be done from this point forward to make that shit happen. And these guys can write me off all they want to, they can. I want them to. Makes me work harder. I've been the underdog since 2018. And to see what I was able to accomplish in 2023, to being completely counted out, saying I wouldn't even belong on that stage, to working my back into that first call out. If you guys don't think I'm going to improve upon that placing, y'all don't know me then.
That being said, his attendance will definitely bring more excitement to this upcoming Mr. Olympia. So those statements leading up to Mr. Olympia, they will certainly create more hype. And that we all know is just great for the sport. Next up, we have 3 weeks out physique update from Peng Yunlong. A very exciting men's open debut that we are looking forward to in about 3 weeks time. So you can make the argument that Peng has some of the best wheels in current bodybuilding across all the divisions and is about to beat all his previous stage looks. That too by quite some margin, because in the past he was competing in the 212 and he was kind of restricted, and even then he was very round and very 3D. And now that he has put on more muscle, those round 3D delts, those crazy full muscle bellies, they will make him look even better, especially in the chest and the delts area. I 100% think he will be among the most aesthetically pleasing physique on this upcoming Tampa Pro stage. But that one thing that truly matters here is how much improvements he made in his back department, because there is no other way of saying that. He had a terrible back when he made his 212 Olympia debut, and that was 3 years back. So this physique that we're gonna see on this upcoming Tampa Pro stage, that is almost 3 years in the making. But he's gonna be up against some real giants like Quentin Beastwood, some very aesthetic and shape monsters like Justin Shire. But that being said, I for one am really looking forward to seeing him make his men's open debut, as this will be the start of a very exciting open career. So have you guys also noticed the similarity among all the top pros from China? Like for instance Brand Chen, he has the craziest physique in classic physique, with phenomenal quads. But a week back, Peng another crazy physique from that same region, with amazing legs, but a week back. So these comparison pictures posted by Mike Summerfeld, they surely are drastically different in a way, that the right ones are taken fully pumped post-workout, and the ones on the left, they are probably taken empty stomach in the morning. But still, you are looking at a guy who is gonna be very hard to beat at this year's Classic Physique Mr. Olympia. So the guy is getting way too big and way too muscular for the whole competition in this division. And this is the point where Mike starts his Olympia prep, and the man is looking very lean for 13.5 weeks out. So the more Mike posts all these updates, the more you agree with Terrence's statement that he doesn't feel like either Urs or Ramon, they're gonna be able to beat Mike Summerfeld, especially if he peaks 100% right. And there is every reason to believe that Mike is gonna be bigger this year compared to what we saw at the Olympia last year, as he still had some room to grow to get bigger. And he clearly packed on more size this year. Yes, Mike can do very well in the 212 too. In fact, we as fans, We are gonna be so thrilled to see Mike Summerfeld if he jumps into an open pro show, just like C-Bum did last year, just to see how he compares with the big boys. But as of right now, Mike Summerfeld is in the driver's seat, and all the top classic physique guys, they are chasing him at the moment. So hit the thumbs up button if you like the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.